what I was saying was, we was over there in the live and was having a conversation, and you could just hear the passion of everybody wanting to see change. Like you could see it just looking around the world that we live in, people wanting to see change. Well, the change ain't gonna come just on its own. The change is gonna have to be with us making the change, us doing something different. Because the way that this world is the way that we have allowed it to be created. We have allowed it for so long. We have not stepped up to the plate and done what thus saith the Lord. Now, I know a lot of people may have a problem with the Bible and what the words say. Oh, well, we shouldn't follow this or we shouldn't follow that. And, well, we've tried doing that for so many years. Yeah, but we've tried doing it the way that these people have put it out there for us to do it. But we haven't done it the way that the Lord told us to do it in the first place. So the change is going to happen within you. You're going to have to be the change that you desire to see. Ain't nothing just going to happen on its own. The work that's done, that the Most High does, it ain't never just happened on its own. The work has always been done through a vessel. You follow what I'm saying? Just like the work of the enemy, it's always been done through a vessel. So you have to be the change. Because if you're not going to be the change, then you're a part of the problem. You're a part of the problem. You're not a part of the solution. And the solution is, first, your foundation has to be Christ. It has to be built on the foundation of Christ, the foundation of the Most High, His words. That's what's going to have to happen. And when you start doing that, you'll see the change. You're going to see people walk away from you. You're going to see people, the Most High is going to send people to you that's going to follow what you're doing. It's going to be like a Moses effect, or an Abraham effect, a Isaac effect, a Jacob effect. You're going to see that, a Joseph effect. Don't leave out Joseph. Or let me just say it like this. It's going to be a Yeshua HaMashiach effect, or Jesus Christ effect, or Yasha effect, Son of Man effect, where the followers are just going to begin to follow, and they're going to see that this man is really about that life. I would rather follow this man who follows Christ and is doing these things than to follow somebody else that's not doing it. And that's called change. That's called even repentance. Repentance means to change direction. Okay, I'm repenting of something that I've done. I'm repenting for things that I've said. I'm repenting for the people that I've led astray. I'm repenting for my sins. So now I have to go a different direction. I have to talk a different way. I got to walk a different way. I got to carry myself in a way that pleases the Most High. I can't carry myself in the way that pleases man or woman or just people in general. I can't carry myself that way. You have to be the change. Oh, well, this pastor didn't do this for me, or this minister, this deacon, this prophetess, my mother, my father, my grandmother, grandfather didn't do this. Okay, well, now you got to be the change. You have to be the change. Everything that they didn't do, you must do. You're going to have to do. Because look at you, you're here still. Some of them are gone. Some of them may still be here and doing the same exact things, expecting for it to work. But it ain't going to work. It's not going to come to pass. The cycle is going to continue to repeat itself because there's no change. If you're doing what they did back then, what your mother and your father did, and a lot of us can attest to it, our grandmothers and grandfathers, if we're still doing what they did, nothing's going to work. There's not going to be any change. The cycle is going to continue to repeat itself. It's still going to be divorces. It's still going to be adultery. It's still going to be fornication. It's still going to be molestation. It's still going to be, brother against brother, sister against sister. It's still going to be the same. Acknowledging these holidays, it's still going to be the same. Idolatry is still going to be kicked in. Taking the Lord's name in vain is still going to be going on. Claiming that you love the Most High God, that you love our Father, Abba Father, but you don't follow his order, his directions for your life. That's the same thing they did back then. So we got to make a change with that. And the only way that happens is you got to take a stand. You got to take a stand. So for me, I decided to dive into the word, to study to show myself approved. And as I kept continuing to read the word and study the word, I see where, dang, I messed up. Dang, I got to change this. Now I got to change this. Now I can't do this. And it's not that I'm trying to live a perfect life, if you will. I just want to do everything that's pleasing to the Most High. As a man, as a child of the Most High, as a father, as a husband, as a provider, as a protector, as the head of household. Because we can see in this world, the head of households, the patriarchs, if you will, have not done that. You can have all the money in the world. You can have the house, the mansion, and all these things, all the, stuff and things, material things. But if you ain't right within, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean jack, because you can't take it with you. You got to be right within. You got to get your own house in order first. You got to get you right first. And then you can help your family or establish that. But some of us have kind of done it backwards. We try to have a family, then try to get ourselves together. Then that don't work. And next thing you know, the whole house is in shambles. So if we're going to be the change for these kids, we got to tell them now. First, we got to get ourselves in order. Then we got to lead these kids the right way so they in order. So when they decide that, or not decide, when they become grown and they go out into the world, they know exactly what to do. They know exactly how to treat their wife and their children. They know how to keep their house in order. That's why I said the question is, patriarchs, are we doing what thus saith the Lord? Are we doing what thus saith the Lord? It starts with us, man. It starts with us. And then we have to be the living example, just like Christ, just like Hamashiach, Yasha. We have to be the living example. That's why they call you the head of household. And we got to stop depending on this system to help us, because this system don't care nothing about us. Government don't care nothing about us. All they want from us is our money. That's all they want is our money, and they want to take control of our households. Because if they cared about us and they really loved the Lord God, the one who first created everything, then they would follow the orders of the Most High. They would stop doing all this extra stuff to the people, making them do things and taking from them. They would actually be giving back to the people, and it wouldn't take just around tax season. This is how you know who is a follower of the word of God and who's just a faker. Who faking it and who real about it, who about that life. Because their fruits, you'll know them by their fruits. You'll know them by the way that they treat you, by the way that they help you, even serve you. You would know them, but they don't care. They don't care about us. I mean, y'all heard the Michael Jackson song. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. What'd he say? Beat me, hate me, you can never break me, will me, thrill me, you can never kill me, Jew me, sue me, everybody do me, kick me, kite me, don't you black or white me. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. They don't. They don't care about us. All they want is what they could take from us. All they want is for us to continue to lead our family astray. They want to take us away from our families, our household, so our household is in utter ruin while they got their household supposedly in order. This is why you got to wake up and come out of this matrix. You got to get out of the matrix. Because you got too many people that's still thinking that this system works for us, and it don't. We work for them, but they supposed to literally be working for us. Yes, that's why there's so much division in every household. This is why they take us and they put us on the screen and they have us talking to each other crazy, treating each other like we don't love one another, unaliving one another. This is why you got young kids out here literally destroying another household. You got kids unaliving one another, young boys, young girls. Young girls out here trying to be grown women, thinking that being a grown woman is doing this nonsense, man. Sexual perversion is all over the place. Thinking that, oh, well, I'm gonna follow this lady that is on the platform because she looked like me. She talking the way that my mama talk. So I'm gonna start looking like her. That's my idol. That's idolatry. But the kids don't know nothing about idolatry because there's no one there to teach them about idolatry. The pastor ain't saying nothing about idolatry whenever I go into his church or his organization, his temple, his synagogue. Mama ain't telling me nothing about idolatry because mama idolized these women too. Daddy ain't here because daddy idolizing the sports world. Daddy idolizing the basketball teams, the football teams. So how can he tell me not to idolize somebody? The family is all out of order. This is why they have taken the young boy that's very talented and gifted in so many areas and put him away from his family, but into their family and into their organization to make them money. This is why the young rapper, when they have to sign a contract, they sign it so quickly because they ain't never had money like this before. They don't want to go back to poverty. But it's to take you away from holding your household together. If you out on the road all the time and on tour, who watching your family? Who taking care of your wife and children? Who taking care of your household? Yeah, finances can do that, but who's keeping the enemy out of there? You're needed, patriarchs, men, you're needed. And there's a purpose for you. And not just for you, but for your whole household. Because you covered under the Most High God. But your wife has got a double covering. She's got your covering, and then she's got the Most High's covering. Then your kids, they got a triple covering because they got mama's covering, they got daddy's covering, and then they got the Most High's covering. Your whole house is covered. But if you ain't there, the household ain't covered. Now another man can come in and be a wolf in sheep's clothing, can be there taking care of business with your wife and your kids, making it look like he really want to be there, but he really don't. Because he ain't leading you the right way. He ain't giving you what thus saith the Lord. He ain't bringing that into the household. The household is all out of order because ain't nobody following the laws, the statutes, and the commands, the laws of man and the laws, or the laws for man and the laws for woman. We're supposed to be following those laws. Now you got your sons out here wanting to be women, and you got your daughters out here wanting to be men, and it's all flipped. It's flip flopping and stuff, like on the movie Vampire in Brooklyn. Flip floppers and then you got them that go out and they lead other kids astray, other people astray, because now they're saying, "Oh, it's okay to be that way. It's okay to go out and take something from somebody. It's okay to go out and unalive somebody." That's not okay. Nobody's teaching the young boy that you shouldn't hate your brother whether it's your blood brother or it's your neighbor. Nobody's teaching that young girl that you shouldn't hate this woman because she light skinned or she dark skinned. You're beautiful. And you should tell your sister she's beautiful. Nobody's telling that young girl or that young man that you shouldn't be gossiping. You shouldn't be talking about them. You should be praying for them. And also showing them, I ain't about the gossip. I don't want to talk about that. But it's because the household is all out of order. The unity has not been established anymore. The family is all scattered abroad and doing whatever they want to, their fleshly desires, but not what the Lord tells them to do. Because they say, oh, it's too hard. No, it ain't too hard. It's just you don't want to do it. Because it's a big, big responsibility. It's a big call that you got to answer. When the Most High calls you, you got to answer that call. And that call, it don't stop. Every time the Most High call you, you better pick up the phone and you better answer. But that takes having a relationship with the Most High. That takes having a relationship to where you can say, oh, I heard. You'll stop saying, oh, well, something told me. It ain't going to be something no more. It's going to be the Ruach told me. The Lord told me. When they asked Moses, who sent you? When Moses said, who do I tell them sent me? When they ask who sent me, he says, you tell them, I am that I am has sent you, which in the Hebrew is Ahaya Eshur Ahaya, sent you. So when they ask you, well, who sent you to my house or who sent you? If they can't tell you the Lord sent me, then that means Satan sent them. Who sent you to help me? Who sent you to help me get my house in order? Who sent you to help me with my children? Who sent you to help me with my groceries? The Lord told me to help you. I saw you and I heard a voice, and the voice said, go and help. Go and help that brother. Go help that sister. Go give them a word. Go tell them what I just told you. We got to stop saying something told me, because it's not something, it's the Lord or it's the Ruach. That needs to be the change that we need to see. We need to start glorifying the Lord in everything that we do. We need to start praising the Lord in everything that we do. The way that you dance, Judah, the reason you're gifted in that way is because that's innately inside of you. But that's a praise to the Most High. It shouldn't be all the twerking and all of this other extra stuff. The what do they call it back in the day? Not what type of dancer did they call it? Man, I can't think of it. But it's gonna come to me. I can't think of the word, but it's gonna come to me, man. It's really eating me up. But your body wasn't created to do all of that. To be on somebody's video vixen, so that you could be put out there like a piece of meat, like a wolf ready to come eat some food. Because you notice when you do that, a bunch of men come. Now they didn't put y'all on OnlyFans. Now everybody want to be a part of OnlyFans because I gotta get the bag. Why? You want to know why, Shalawam? You want to know why you chasing a bag instead of chasing the Most High God? It's because you have made that your God. Because you haven't had a father in your life that provides for you, that tells you who you are and what you're supposed to do, that's blessed you to where you don't have to do that. So they created a platform for you. But the platform is not for you necessarily, it's for them, because they get a percentage of everything that you make. They're making something off the top just from having that platform and just for you getting on there. Young women and men, but mainly the women. That's why you are the head of the porn industry. That's why when you go and check out X videos.com or XNX, and I know about them because I used to watch them. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you check out Pornhub, it's always a woman that pop up first. A sister with a big butt and a smile. Like Belle Biv DeVoe said, that girl is poison. They use you like that because everybody that click on that screen, everybody that go and watch that video, I'm getting paid off of these views, off of what they doing. They may not know because they lack the knowledge of it. They lack the knowledge of knowing that every time they click on it, I'm getting paid. Every time they watch it, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid per view, PPV. When you watch it on TV, when you watch it on television, I'm getting paid. I'm keeping them stuck in the matrix because they don't want to shut it off. So again, it starts with us, man. It starts with us. When we do that, it pleases the Most High. When we do right by our wives, it pleases the Most High. When we do right by our children and be there for them, it pleases the Most High. When we get our household in order, it pleases the Most High. And I mean all the way through, even down to keeping the Sabbath day holy. When we stop going out and working, stop going out and doing what man want us to do, but what the creator of man told us to do, which is to rest, it pleases the Most High. And you will see the blessings of the Lord come in so many ways. You will see your inheritance coming into fruition. But you ain't going to get it doing it man's way. You ain't going to get it being on OnlyFans. You ain't going to get it by preaching and teaching the word for money or for fame. You ain't going to get it by showing off your body. You ain't going to get it by leading other people astray. That is not your inheritance. And that's not helping anyone. That's hindering so many. Because you are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. And you're supposed to be the change that the world needs to see. You're supposed to show them who our God is and what our God will do for us. Who our Father is. When I say God, I mean Father. I ain't talking about the power because we can go into that. But I'm talking about the Father, Abba. That's when people will see who the true Father is. And they will begin to follow. Some may say, no, that's just too hard. I got to let go of this. I got to let go of that. I got to stop doing this. I got to stop doing that. I got to stop listening to this, stop listening to that. It's hard because you got to take accountability for you. I can't talk to my son this way no more. I can't talk to my daughter this way no more. I can't call them out their names no more. I got to speak life into them. I got to plant those seeds inside of them. It's hard because you got to look at yourself and you got to say, I made a mistake. I made a mistake, Father, and I need you to forgive me. I ask you for your forgiveness. And yes, you are forgiven. Now you have to go a different way. You got to take a different approach. Now, when you get upset, you can't raise your voice, men. You have to keep your tone right where it's set. Because when you roar, men, lions, the whole household shakes. When you do that, the whole household shakes. When you yell at your wife or yell at your children, when you yell at them in that instance, it does something to them. It puts them on guard. It puts the mother in mama bear mode. It puts her in a defense mode like, oh, is he about to hit me? Is he about to do something to me? It puts the kids in a mode like, I don't know what's going on. It puts them in a scared mode. When you put your hands on them, you're doing as a slave master has taught you. When you whoop them, you're whooping them into submission. You're mentally abusing them. You're telling them, if you don't listen to me, then I'm gonna have to beat it into you. And then they grow up doing the same thing. I gotta beat it into you. But you ain't gotta beat nothing into no one. You just gotta be the change. And they'll listen. You'll see. When you in a calm, cool manner, people have have more of a respect, a reverence for you, and they can listen to you. But when you hollering, when you doing that, especially in an argument, ain't nothing getting heard. Nobody hears nothing because it's too much hollering going on. When you talk to your kids, if you hollering at them the whole time, all they hear is like Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. It go in one ear and out the other. And then they go and do whatever it was that they were doing. They might say, oh, mama, daddy, I won't do it no more. And then they turn around and do the same thing. Because you know why? They didn't get heard. Kids have a voice too. They have feelings too. And you got to listen to them. But that takes patience. That takes patience, and that takes listening to understand instead of listening to respond. And I'm not telling you nothing that I don't do. I'm telling you what I do. I do this with my children. I do this with other children because the Most High taught me this. The Ruach told me this. You're going to have to be the change. You're going to have to show them because they don't believe in me. They don't believe that they can do it. They don't believe that they can get their households in order. Yeah, they're going to call you a simp. They're going to call you a punk. Oh, you soft. But you're meant for it because you know that that's not true. You're called to get households in order, to bring the families back together, to teach men how to be men, to teach young boys how to be men and to grow up and to be a husband and a father. You're called to that. It's a large calling on your life. It's a big mantle. But I created you for this. Don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about the people. Don't worry about the finances. Those things are coming. You just stay focused on me and what I told you to do. When I tell you to speak, you speak. When I tell you to be quiet, you be quiet. When I tell you to observe, just observe. Watch, because it's for a purpose. And this is the call of a patriarch, of a real man of the Most High, or some of you would say of God. MOG or MOG or WOG, man of God or woman of God. That's what they say. Those are the acronyms, the abbreviations. But that's our call, man. This is why our women are hurting so much because they don't have a man in their life, a real man of the Most High, to lead them the right way, to lead the family the right way. Because we push them and push them and push them until finally they give up and they don't want to hear you no more. They don't want nothing to do with you. They keep the kids away from you because they thought this man, this boy in this man's body loved them. But they didn't know that it was a boy in a man's body because they couldn't recognize it. They couldn't see the signs of a cheating boy. Why do you want to cheat on me? Why do you want to hit on me? Why do you want to verbally abuse me? Why do you want to do something like that? Because that's a boy in a man's body. It may be a man from the way you look at it, but when you look at the inner them, you see a little boy inside of them. And most men don't even talk about how they feel or what happened to them because they feel like they're going to be judged, or they feel like it makes them soft. So they hide that from you. Women, they hide it from you. But a real one will talk to you about whatever it is that he's going through, whatever it is he's dealing with. And same for you. You're going to talk to him about whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you're dealing with. But it takes talking because you're not created to hold all that in. If you hold that in, you're not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting others around you. And you're not letting the Most High use you. You're letting something else, the enemy, use you. Blessings to you, brother, as well. So it's time that we wake up, man. It's time that we start talking about things and stop keeping stuff bottled up inside of us. It's time for us to get right first and then help somebody else once you've gotten right. But you got to remain that way. You can't step outside of that. You have to remain that way. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's hard because when folks come at you, and they are going to come at you, because the enemy is going to use the people that are closest to you. He's going to use your family. He's going to use your friends. He's going to use everybody that knew the old you. And even some that don't even know you. Some are going to look at you like, man, I don't know what this brother talking about. But it ain't what I want to hear. But that's where you got to tell them, man, the enemy's using you. You got to be able to have what is that? The spirit of discernment, a discerning spirit. You have to have that gift inside of you to be able to tell who's used for the Most High and who's used for the enemy, because you can't serve two masters. And when you look at this world that we live in, you can see a lot of people are serving the enemy, the adversary. A lot of people, a lot of sons and daughters of the Most High are literally serving the adversary. Because if you're a follower of the Most High, then you're going to follow his instructions verbatim. You're not going to make excuses. Oh, well, I'm not ready yet. That means that you're still ready to serve the enemy, because you can't serve two masters. You have to choose one. If you still fornicating, and I'm taking accountability even for myself. If you still fornicating, if you still doing stuff in darkness, then you're used for the enemy. You're not used for the Most High. You're doing the work of the enemy. If you're out here taking from people, taking from them, and not helping them, you're used for the enemy. No matter what you say, you're used for the enemy. And it's time to wake up, man. It really is. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up from the matrix and understand that we got to stop serving the enemy, that we got to start serving the Most High. And you have a platform to be able to do it on. Here on TikTok, some of us may have Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Likey, Clapper, Bigo, whatever platform you're on, podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Clubhouse, so many platforms. Start doing what thus saith the Lord, and stop asking people for money. Stop asking people to sow into your ministry or to sow into whatever it is that you're doing, because that's gonna come naturally. It's gonna come naturally. You ain't gonna have to ask for it. Stop asking people to give you money so you can give them a reading or prophesy in their life. prophesying in somebody's life, you should not be asking for money. You should not be asking for finances. You should not be on this platform telling people to throw you money, because some of these people is struggling. While you just taking the money, are you giving back to them? If somebody want to tap on your screen and share the live, that's cool. But asking people to throw you stuff, these gifts and stuff, don't y'all forget that they get a percentage of everything that y'all throw. They get a percentage of it. Yeah, you can put your cash app down there. If somebody want to, sow money into your cash app, then that's what they'll do. And you don't have to ask them to. You can just put it up on the screen. And if they want to, they will. If the Lord tells them to, and they follow what thus said the Lord, and they have a relationship where they can hear from the Lord or hear from the Ruach, then they're going to do it. But that takes having a relationship. This is why I don't ask for anybody to, throw on me or gift me or none of that stuff. I don't ask. I say thank you. But at the same token, if I see you live or anything like that, I throw back on you. I give back to you. I give you my number. We can chop it up on the phone. And this is coming from a poor man. A poor man. I mean, I may not look poor, but I don't have a job. I don't have my own place. I don't have transportation. I don't have any of those things. I do have clothes. I have my shoes, that I've had for years. But that's called humbleness. That's called humbleness. Because I know that the Most High is blessing me in so many ways and going to bless me tremendously and openly in front of everybody, my enemies and all. But I ain't tripping on that. See, I didn't have to tell you that, but I'm letting you know. Don't feel sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for me. I had to go this way alone. I couldn't take everybody with me. I had to go this way on my own. The journey wasn't for everybody else, it was for me. So I embrace it. I've learned how to carry myself. I've learned how to appreciate what I have. I've learned how to get rid of my attitude towards things and my hatred towards things, my used to be hatred towards things. I've learned a lot on this journey. And it's not over. It's definitely not over. It's only just begun. This is just the beginning. Y'all stick back and watch, man. Y'all finna see these households change dramatically. Like they gonna be like just like that. You're gonna see households change. You're gonna see men change. You're gonna see women change and be submissive and not submissive as what, controlling. He's controlling me, overpowering me. No, a want to submit to a man that's leading you the right way. You're gonna see the kids change. Like you're gonna see where the violence is gonna stop. It's not gonna come from us anymore. You're not gonna see us unaliving one another. You're not gonna see us on platforms talking down about one another, cussing each other out. You're not gonna see that no more. And it's about to happen at a rapid rate. So just stick around, y'all. If y'all want to check me out on other platforms, you can find me on Facebook. My name is Lamel White. That's spelled Lamelle. Last name is White. Or you can follow my other page, Pastor Knowledge. That's on Facebook as well. You can follow me on IG at Pastor Knowledge 2468. Of course, here on TikTok is Pastor underscore Knowledge 2468. You can follow me on Clubhouse at Pastor Knowledge 2468. Look, if you just Google Pastor Knowledge 2468, you're going to find a brother. Whatever platform I'm on, you're going to find me. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's Knowledge the Raven 2468. Knowledge DARAVEN 2468. Check it out, man. It's a lot of content on there. You can subscribe to it, comment on the page as well. Share it to other platforms. You can do that. Because anything that that I'm led to teach or preach, I save it and then I put it on my other platforms for other people to see. Not to see me, but see God doing the work, or the Most High doing the work through me. Because I'm just a man, I'm just a messenger, I'm just a vessel that's being used. But other men are going to be used too, because many are called, but only few are chosen. Shalawam, kings and queens, brothers and sisters. That means peace be unto you. I love y'all. Blessings to y'all. Knowledge.